I think he might be the favorite. Like, it's like if he's not the favorite, he should be right now because
Except
he
there's
looks
that whole age factor working against him. He's
still
39.
he looked impressive.
Well, he said he would look impressive when I interviewed him. He said he'd had the best fight camp of his life. He was totally serious about MMA now and that he was going to be a force to be reckoned with. So every single thing he said in my interview proved to be true. But what are you going to say in an interview anyway? You're not going to say, man, I had a subpar camp. I didn't train very well. I lost a lot of fights. I'm fucked. No fighter is ever going to say that in an interview ever.
I'm going to transition just to wrestling just for a second. I want to talk about this little topic here, because it kind of relates to what you just said. When it comes to like the ISIS FBI thing and the FBI never be making a statement saying, it's not a credible threat. We're not doing this. We're not, basically we're going to keep in communication with local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies. That's what they're supposed to say. They're not going to go out there and say, the threat is real. Don't go out of your homes. Stay home. Don't go to this show. You know what I mean? Like, unless there's like a 99.9% chance that it's credible, that's what you're supposed to say. It's not credible. Like, you downplay it. In an interview with an MMA fighter, of course they're going to come out and say, I expect to win. I expect to this. He's not going to tell you in an interview, I think I'm going to get knocked out in the second round. And my training isn't very well, and I've been kind of craving a Big Mac, so I might not even make weight. No one ever says that.
You know what? I would love it if Johnny Hendricks actually did that for an interview. If he's like, yeah, I was really craving a Big Mac. That's why I didn't make weight.
No, he'd tell that to Roy Nelson.
The only fighter I think has ever actually done that in an interview is the Cowboy Donald Cerrone.
Yeah.
Because when he's talked about his struggles making weight for lightweight, he's like, man, I just love drinking beer too much. He's the only guy who's ever actually honest about that shit.
Well, Krzysztof Szynski, when we asked him on this show, you ever have a craving for potato pancakes? He goes, no, I can't eat that when I'm training. No way. Speaking of people who are jacked right now, did you see the photo of John Jones?
Yeah, he's got veins in places people shouldn't.
Who's his trainer, Scott Steiner? But the thing is, we know he can't take drugs for that because one little misstep on if he gets caught jaywalking, he's screwed. He's on the shortest leash in the UFC, so that's all natural what he's doing. Been doing powerlifting for the past 6 months.
You can assume it's natural. There's no proof because I don't know if he's been tested yet. I don't know.
He did a 600-pound a bench lift or some type of lift and powerlifting move. 600 pounds on the bar, and he did it with ease.
This guy is training for a heavyweight fight, not a light heavyweight fight.
I would not want to be his opponent. I mean, if it's Cormier, which it probably will be at this point, if he knocks out Cormier, and I mean out cold, you can thank the added muscle mass he's added.
Yeah, but that's a risky proposition. He could get tired.
He could get gassed real quick,
Right, with that much mass on him, it could work against him.
That's why Fedor was so good. He wasn't muscle strong like Scott Steiner, but, he doesn't need that. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
he didn't gas out.
Fedor was so good against bigger heavyweights is because he had power, but he didn't have a bunch of mass.
And for those who are asking me on private messages this past week, I got this story from Kurt Angle in the tour in the UK for TNA, or it was a story from a website. I guess they're doing an interview about him. And he said, don't worry. The contract with Bellator is just a PR thing. I'm not going to fight for Bellator.
Yeah, he said it's strictly promotional.
Fine. Stop asking me, everybody. It's strictly promotional. I think the term mouth breathers I might have muttered under my breath after I read that message.
I knew it the very first press release they sent out.
Yeah, that's true. But we should move on to the main event of this show, and that is the Fight Night 79 in Seoul, South Korea, with the Fight Pass prelims starting at 5 a.m. Eastern.
Forget about it.
For those who have Fight Pass, they got this great thing. It's a PVR or DVR, whatever you want to call it, so you can watch it from start to finish.
Video on demand, VOD. You can watch this anytime you want.
So wake up early, get some pancakes, big cup of coffee, and away you go.
No, wait. Sleep off the turkey, get up at 10 a.m., watch it then.
Oh, that's right. You crazy Americans are doing your Thanksgiving this week.
Yeah. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. As much turkey as we can eat.
I'll have some pumpkin pie, that's for sure.
Damn straight.
All right, so the prelims, there's a lot of names here. Obviously, when you go into a new market or in a market like Canada or Asia or Europe, you're going to have a lot of local fighters trying to impress the UFC promotion, I suppose. So you go through the prelims on Fight Pass. I don't know half of these names, I'll be honest. There is Dong Hyun Kim on the prelims, but it's not that Dong Hyun Kim.
Yeah, it's a
It's
completely
actually,
different guy.
what's his name? What'd you say it was off air?
I don't even remember.
Well, this one is Maestro Dong Hyun Kim, so that's the difference there. He's fighting Dominic Steele.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Oh,
Leo
you know
Kuntz
what?
against Tehe
You,
Bang.
you you cannot gloss over that because Dominic Steele has one of the best nicknames in MMA. Non-stop action-packed Dominic Steele. I
Like you see, like 80s, like hyperbole, like you have to have six adjectives, and is that the longest nickname out there?
might be, I don't know.
Ugh. Well, Jake Collier's in the main event of the prelims fighting Dong Yang. That's not too
Is
bad.
that the main event? I thought it was Yu Chul Nam and Mike De La Torre.
Well, they might have changed by now. I don't know. Maybe my list is well, they'll probably change it six times before the show, Stevie. So
Well, it's Fight Pass prelims, so does it even matter?
Do Ho boy
Du Ho
Do
Choi.
Do Ho Choi fighting Sam Sicilia is the first fight on the main card.
Sam Sicilia is plus 180. Du Ho Choi is minus 220.
Wow, really?
Yeah, Choi is the favorite. Why are you so shocked by that?
It's closer than I thought it would be.
I mean, he is 12-1. He won his debut fight at the Edgar versus Swanson card by TKO, so
Well, Cilia is a known fighter. I mean, he's not a scrub here.
no, he's not a scrub, and he's on a 2-fight win streak, but it's Akira Kurosani and Yaojin Meza, so
Yeah,
not
true.
not elite competition by any stretch.
It will be if he beats Choi here.
It will be, yes, but I think the odds makers have this one right.
Sexyama fighting Alberto Mina.
Minus 170 for Yoshihiro Akiyama, plus 150 for Alberto Mina. Do you think the odds makers have this one right?
Yes.
Okay, I won't disagree with you. But, Sexyama, his only win in his last 5 UFC fights was against Amir Sadallah, so he's
Uh,
not, I'm not saying he's a bad fighter, I'm just saying he doesn't have a great record.
I think in this situation, I think he wins. I think this could be his last fight, but who knows?
We shall see. And then we got the Donger, Dong Yoon Kim versus Show Enough Dominic Waters.
Show enough.
That is his name. And the Donger is the minus 600 favorite. Dominic Waters plus 450. That's the
Yeah,
longest odds on the main card.
no, Donger wins this fight hands down.
Yeah, probably by knockout.
Oh yeah. And Benson Henderson and Jorge Masvidal in the main event.
Yes, at welterweight. Just in case you're confused, Benson Henderson is taking one fight after another at welterweight, even though he is still ranked in the top 15 at lightweight.
Is he ranked at welter yet?
No, he is not. Maybe he will be after this fight. If he
Be a
wins.
good win.
If
Yeah,
he
be a big
wins.
win.
He's minus 255, so he is the favorite. Masvidal is plus 215.
I hate to say this, but I think Benson Henderson wins with a unanimous decision, 29-28 across the board.
See, now if I'm a betting man, and I'm a fan of Benson Henderson and always have been, going all the way back to WEC, but I would bet against him. He didn't look great in that Brandon Thatch fight. He looked outsized, outmuscled. He looked way too small for welterweight. And then, after he had already been losing for 3 rounds, he won the fight with a submission in the 4th round. Now, I'm not saying that he can't do exactly the same thing to Gamebred Masvidal, but I am saying that he got lucky that he got that rear naked choke in the 4th round, because he would have lost if that went to the card.
So did you hear the prank that happened to Masvidal for this fight?
What, did Kimbo Slice invite him to come back?
No, because the original fight was Masvidal versus Dong Hyun Kim, and Thiago Alves was supposed to fight Benson Henderson.
Right.
So when his manager said they're just trying to find some Ultimate Fighter guy, and Masvidal went crazy, and before he went into nuclear meltdown, the manager goes, "Oh, I'm just fucking with you, man." It's good that the managers can, you know what I mean? That's a good prank. It's harmless. It's not like shaving your eyebrows in your sleep. That was funny. But I find it funny that he can be loose about it, like he can joke about it, like like he got mad. Yes, I get that. But a fight with Benson Henderson, man, Masvidal. I'm not sure if he's licking his chops at this fight as far as talent wise, because Henderson's got some skills.
No, I'm not diminishing anything Benson Henderson has done. He is a WEC lightweight champion. He's a UFC lightweight champion. He's had many performance of the night and fight of the night bonuses. He's a great fighter. There is no question about it. I'm concerned that welterweight, most of the guys in that weight class are way too big for him.
Well, as long as he gets his hair tied down, Henderson will do well. So I just got the injuries, the medical suspensions from the show with Magny and Kelvin there.
Yes.
Let's see here.
Jorgensen's probably inactive for 180 days or more.
180 days unless doctors clear left hand, regardless. Suspended 30 days with no contact for 21 days for precautionary reasons. There's no mention of his leg here.
That's weird.
Yeah. Magny is suspended for 180 days until doctors clear left hand, regardless. 30 days, no contact during training for 21 days for precautionary reasons. Another 180 days for Sanchez, Mateo, Beloza, Silva, Urbina, and okay, I already said Jorgensen. Oh, and Reyes as well. But the one about Urbina is a little scary because it says 180 days unless doctor clears nasal passage. Oh, that just sounds like a busted nose or something.
Yeah, I think so.
But Diego Sanchez did get the issue with him is his left leg. But I'm surprised, you're right. It doesn't say anything about Jorgensen's leg here. It says his hand. Maybe that's a misprint.